Hey friend, welcome to Beyond the Platform, conversations and help for the times we're off the stage, away from the lights, and face-to-face with real life and leadership. I'm Ron Carter, worship and music catalyst for the Georgia Baptist Mission Board, ministry coach, and encourager to ministry leaders across Georgia and across our country. This episode is part of a series that's designed for ministry leaders who want to grow in self-awareness, emotional health, and relational wisdom. We're looking at how each of the 7 primal questions, which are our deep emotional needs that we carry, show up in ministry leadership. Each episode will unpack what it looks like when that question is your core emotional driver, how it can lead to fear-based scrambling, hidden avoidance, and ministry burnout, but also how it can become a source of strength and grace when brought into the light. If you don't know your primal question, you know what to do. Go to roncarter.com, click on Take the Free Assessment, and it will help you begin to identify what your primal question is. Today's question is one I often see in ministry. Primal question number 1, am I safe? If that's your question, I want to talk directly to you for a few minutes. You're probably the steady one, the protector, the planner. You think ahead to avoid danger, to control chaos, to create order. But under all of that strategy, there's something quieter, fear. You don't want to get blindsided. You don't want to be betrayed. You don't want to feel exposed or uncertain or weak. And so you do what many primal question number 1 leaders do. You scramble. For leaders who live with this question, ministry doesn't feel like a calling. It feels like a survival. You're not just trying to lead worship or shepherd people. You're scanning for what could go wrong, for who might hurt you, and how to stay in control. You may be micromanaging everything, avoiding hard conversations, and feeling like you can't trust anybody on your team, or working so hard to appear strong that no one ever sees the real you. That's not peace. That's the scramble, the desperate effort to feel safe in a world that doesn't feel that way. And if you're like most primal question 1 leaders, you've got really good at covering it up. You're competent, capable, everyone counts on you, but you also avoid the question entirely by staying indispensable. You tell yourself ministry's just hard, that God's got it, that it's not about you. And sure, those things may be true, but sometimes they're just a mask. You're not asking, am I safe? Because you're afraid the answer might be no. You know, in the Bible, Elijah got this. In 1 Kings 19, after calling down the fire from heaven, you'd think he'd feel secure and safe. But one threat from Jezebel sends him into hiding, and he runs, he isolates, he wants to die. And what does God do? He feeds him, he lets him rest, and then he shows up, not in the fire or an earthquake or the wind, but in a whisper. He reminds Elijah, you are not alone. Safety wasn't a situation, it was presence. If you're a primal question 1 leader, someone who asks, am I safe? Here's what I want you to hear. You are safe. Not because ministry's easy, but because God is near. You can start building internal safety with these 3 small steps. Have consistent rhythms. Have honest conversations. And learn risking trust with one person. You don't have to wait to feel safe before moving forward. Sometimes the act of moving shows you that you already are. You don't have to lead from fear. You don't have to prove your strength by staying guarded. You can ask the question, am I safe? And slowly begin to hear the answer, yes. If you're wrestling with this question, and ministry seems more like survival than calling, I'd love to help. We can talk through the primal map. Let's talk about it. You can learn more about me and my coaching at roncarter.com/ministry-coaching. Thanks for being here. And remember, harmony in leadership informs and inspires. See you next time.